Hi, Prosperity Team. This is Dr. Money coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your POP, your professor of prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can pop with prosperity. I want to offer you another affirmation. I think it's a fresh new affirmation. Well, not exactly for me, because I came up with this affirmation for myself many, many years ago, and it was simply, I pay cash for everything. At the time, I could not imagine paying cash for everything. My credit cards were overloaded. Goodness, I had a house note, a car note. I never could have imagined it. And as I began to work with my prosperity consciousness and understand my debt, I began to understand that debt was a part of my own self-punishment. And it was also a part of the heritage I had, because I looked at my older sister, whom I worshiped, who was always talking about her bills and her credit card debts and the amount she spent for her children's Christmas. And I emulated that. And I had to untangle so much of that, but I also had to begin affirming my innocence, that I was innocent and it was safe and okay for me to follow a different pattern, for me to have more abundance in my life and not have credit card debt. And I was able to get rid of my credit card debt. I made a commitment and I said, I will do everything it takes to pay off my credit card debt. And it was a covenant I had with the universe. And I didn't spend anything, I didn't buy anything that I didn't need. I didn't shop carelessly. I just was very careful, and miraculously, I was able to pay it off in a relatively short amount of time. And then I had the idea, I was like, what would it be like to be able to pay cash for a car? Whoa. And then I was able to do that. And then what about cash for a house? It's like, yes, I even paid cash for a house. And so this consciousness evolved. And I'm not saying that that will work for you. I'm just saying, and it may work for you. It worked for me. I'm just saying that if we don't have that consciousness that we pay cash for everything, then, or anything that we want to, then it's probably not going to be there, because we're going to have beliefs in lack. So what we want to do when we think about our relationship with money and finances is really have the most authentic and powerful and effortless relationship that we can have. We want it to be authentic because we don't want to be in denial about our bills, and we want to pay them on time, and we want to have integrity, and we want to we don't want to deny anything so that we are out spending money that we don't have. We want to have integrity, and when somebody lends us money, we have made a promise to them that we're going to pay it back. And if we don't, then we're not in integrity. So we need to maintain an integrity. If we say we're going to pay it back on a certain date, and that's the agreement, then we need to pay it back on that date. And if we can't, we need to contact them and let them know that we will be sending it and what the problem is. Even if we only can send $5 or whatever it is at that moment, we need to keep our integrity. That's our power. And then the other thing in terms of ease and a non-efforting relationship with money, and that is not to worry all the time about money, because worry is a disease. It is an addiction, and it is especially rampant in this economy. We do live in a crazy economy because we live in an economy of greed, where people have used money as power. People have used it to fill the hole in their souls. People have used it for everything imaginable. And what we know is that money is simply a tool. It's just something that we use that helps us keep our agreements. Money is something that helps us fulfill our lives. It helps us keep a roof over our head. Money is very neutral, and we need to keep it that way. So again, the affirmation is, I pay cash for everything. And it doesn't have to come true. It's just that it's just that we want to begin to plant these seeds in our consciousness so that they can sprout and grow into a huge tree. And then what happens is the fruit falls. And the fruit is what is represented when we have done our work, when we have cleaned out the coffers of our mind and filled them with the jewels of our soul. So this is Dr. Money. Let's take a deep breath. As we inhale our good. And as we exhale our intention that all other beings on the planet will receive their good as well. Again, this is Dr. Money, and I want you to remember one more thing for sure, and that is that I love you.